Hey guys, welcome to another week and another episode of Physioverse. The topic for today is what after BPT. So maybe first we'll talk a little about Physioverse and what is happening and what is going to come in the next week. Then move on to the topic about what you can do after BPT. Yeah, sorry.
So this week we've planned that we'll start our lecture series. So in the lecture series we'll be taking certain topics which could be medical conditions along with describing the condition, like teaching you the condition along with the physiotherapy management, or we can take a physiotherapy topic and teach its school of thought and application. So this week we've decided to start with stroke because most of y'all suggested stroke and y'all wanted us to teach stroke.
Yeah, so that would be great. We'll be starting with the lecture series this week, and the lecture series will only be focused on final years, because as we know, the final years have not given their exams yet. Everyone else is being promoted, congratulations, but the final years are still hanging. So for this term we'll just focus on the final years, and the subjects to the neuro and maybe PT neuro, CBR and a bit of community medicine. Maybe we'll try to cover everything so that you guys can take advantage and have some online classes. Coming on to the topic, what after BPT? I don't know what after BPT. I think keeping in mind the current situation of COVID, after BPT you should just go home and chill for some time because it is really scary out there. What do you think?
Yeah, everyone is so always asking this. Right from the second year, students start asking this, and we are also guilty of that. Okay, I think when we were in first year and second year, we also went to our seniors and were like, "What to do, sir? What is the scope? What next? Kya karna chahiye?" and all that. So it's a very valid question. It's okay. They can ask. It's a good thing they've asked actually. But I want to tell all the students that don't come to us. Like, this is a disclaimer, okay? Don't listen to anybody, us or even anyone else that you're asking, and don't be like, whatever they've said, we are going to do that only. Don't come with that perspective. Come with a perspective of getting as many as options as you can, and then decide what works for you, what you like, and choose accordingly.
Take our advices, but follow what you want to do. Make sure you choose the thing that suits you best. There are 100 options out there, and all of them work, and all of them are good, and all of them pay you well, but it depends on you of what you choose.
Yeah. True, what works for one person might not work for the other person. So you might look at someone and say, oh, they've done this and become successful, I want to do the same thing. But it might not work for you, or you might not even enjoy what they are doing. So don't just blindly follow someone. Think if you like that, if you really want to work in that, and then decide whatever you want to choose. At the same time, it's you have to keep up with everything that is changing, because this field is changing rapidly. And because when we were in first year, we were not knowing, like, we didn't have any specialty as oncological physiotherapy or something, or even ortho was just like proper ortho, and everyone was treating everything. Now there is manual therapy, sports, even in cardio so many divisions have come, so it will keep changing. So you have to keep up with the world and adapt as it goes. You can't be like, acha, in first second year you see someone doing something and it's like, I'll go do that. Till that time that field might evolve completely or change completely.
Yeah, exactly. The world is changing and physiotherapy is ever growing. All the electives and specialties and fields that existed 5 years ago, maybe it has changed completely, and there's so much more and so many more specialties being added and opportunities being created. So I think it is best to choose for yourself. We'll just give you outline of what you choose. I think the basic aim or thing that I understand from this question, what after BPT is, should you study, continue doing MPT, or should you go to work? Well, both options are open, both have their pros and cons. So maybe I'll talk. Yeah, so there is MPT and there is work. There is no one perfect option, it still depends on you. What do you think?
Yeah, again, it depends on everyone. See, we can tell you that, or anybody can tell you that there are certain options right now. Like after BPT, nobody is stopping you from working. You have a valid medical degree. You can go out and start working. You can set up your own clinic also. You can go work in a hospital or have your own physiotherapy clinic. So if you really want to work and you have the resources, and if you think that you don't want to specialize in anything, you want to treat all kinds of patients, and you live in a place where that is okay, your like your clinic might be the only one, so you might get all the patients there, you can definitely just start working after BPT. And then there's the option of MPT. So MPT, I think I'll recommend only for people who have found out what they want to do. Like, you know, when you're by the time you're in the third year, fourth year of your BPT, you figure out there are some topics which you really like, or some patients that you like treating. So if you have something of that sort, then you can select that and then go for an MPT in that subject. So you get to treat those kind of patients also, and you'll be studying that subject also in detail. So then you can understand, you kind of get more idea about it, and job prospects will also improve drastically if you have a MPT and you want to apply anywhere outside, that is in a hospital or in a clinic.
Yeah, I think the major difference also that will differentiate you from selecting an MPT or going to work is if you want to start earning or you want to explore out the workspaces and take a break before MPT, then maybe you can go choose to work, or you want to start earning early. For example, the main advantages of having an MPT is, one, you just do it after BPT continuously and it gets done in 2 years. Okay,
sometimes what happens is some students are not able to figure out what they want to do, because sometimes in colleges in BPT they do not get the appropriate exposure, so they are not sure ki I like neuro or I like ortho, so it's again difficult for them to choose a topic for MPT. So at that time you can do a BPT. After BPT you can start working. So when you're working also, you get an idea, you treat different kinds of patients, and then you can decide that acha, I've enjoyed working in this field, I am going to select that. And then you can go take a break, and then you can go and select your topic in MPT.
so if you are interested in research, you want to become a teacher, you want to do a PhD, or you have found out your area of interest or specialty already during 4th year or internship, maybe you can just turn up to MPT, get it done in 2 years and be done with it and be. But if you have not yet, explored or come to figured it out, maybe you can work for a year. It still depends on you what you feel the best is. That was in brief about MPT and why you choose MPT. And one more thing, if you are choosing MPT or planning to do and still taking a break, I think you should focus on your elective, because specialization in this world is very important. As we are going further, it will be much more important.
More specialized. True. Also, another tip for students is, if they have figured out their elective and they are not in a hurry of earning or so, if you know that you want to do MPT and your topic is clear, you should immediately start preparing for it, like start giving exams and plan to do it immediately the next year, because the more you wait, the more there'll be competition, the fees will increase, so everything kind of gets difficult. And also, when after BPT you work and then you go for learning in MPT, that shift from working and earning to becoming a student again is kind of difficult. And in PG you're required to sit for a long amount of time, you have to study, read, present a lot. And if you're used to, like after a while you're used to just working, earning money, and then again going back to that student life, that shift is a little difficult. So if you're sure that you want to do MPT, do it immediately, don't take a break.
Yeah, exactly. And if you want to still study, not work, but try out other courses, there are new courses coming up such as exercise and sports science. Okay, exercise and sports science is a great field where it is, if you are someone who is completely focused on sports and want to work with athletes in real time, training with them on the field, I think you should explore and try for opting exercise and sports science after BPT. That is a very, very, very good option. Yeah, and if you are someone who is interested in research, have built up a interest or understanding of research and want to explore that more, instead of studying, what you can do is participate in research activities such as take part, or for example, universities offer junior fellowships or junior research fellow openings where you can take part and be a part of a research project with the ongoing staff. Maybe you can explore that. You can search for those on the websites of the universities, and they also pay you. So it's kind of study with a pay, and you're also exploring projects and research, and working with the staff, getting more experienced in that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's a very good idea. If after BPT you don't want to do an MPT, but you want to know if you like research, if you would like to go for higher studies, then that is a great idea. You can be a research assistant, and then it's a short course for 6 months where you will get paid a considerable amount, and you will get to work on all areas of research. So you can kind of figure out that, do I like this? Do I really want to commit to this? That kind of is a testing ground where you can make sure that, acha, this I didn't like, so maybe I'll go into clinical, I'll do more work, or teaching also. And if you like it, then you can further definitely go into research.
We could come across if you want to continue further studying after BPT. There is MPT, there is other courses like exercise and sports science where you can try out it, which are much more focused, and then there are research activities. There are other certificate courses like Pilates instructor or an aerobic instructor, with credible courses which you have to give an exam to get the certificate of, are good. I'm not talking about workshops. Credible courses which you can do for 3 to 6 months and get certified as a trainer or something are really good.
You have to make sure that you have to be clear with your goal, that what you want to do. So if you know that you want to teach, and if you want to teach in an institute at a higher position, then at this age a master's degree is necessary. In some colleges even PhD will become necessary. So for that, if that's your main goal, then you should have an MPT. So you should go in that direction. But if you want to teach just generally, maybe on your own, then it's not something that is mandatory. But if you want to teach in an institute, it's definitely mandatory. Again, if you're looking to work in a hospital, especially a specialized hospital, then again you need to have a master's degree. Like if you want to work in a cardiac hospital, then you need to have the respective master's degree also.
I know this was very brief. Maybe if you want to discuss in detail, or are still confused about what to choose, and you're not understanding where you should take a step forward, maybe you can come and discuss it, get in touch with us and discuss it personally. Now moving on to work environments and work prospects after only BPT. Okay, now there are basically three ways you can divide work into. There are private rehab clinics, then there are private hospitals like Fortis, etc., and then there is the government sector. So have you ever worked in a private clinic?
I haven't worked in a private clinic, but I did work in a hospital. And since it was again after BPT, even though I had an area of interest, it wasn't like I could work in all of them. Since post BPT, you have to work in all this areas. So I had rotatory postings everywhere. But I had seen there PGs who had done their masters in respective places. They got to work only in those areas where they were interested. Like suppose they had a degree in neurological physiotherapy, then they worked only in the neuro department. But people who had come there post BPT have to work in all departments.
Yeah, true. Even me, I have worked in a private rehab center and a private clinic once. They just give you all general stuff, okay, where you treat the patient with modalities or do the minor stuff, under the supervision. They don't really give you anything specialized. It is more of a general practice that you are taking for experience. But it is a good thing if you want to explore that area. It is a good thing because you are getting real world exposure. Working in the real world with real time patients and working in an institute or in the college is completely different. Okay, there is more accountability when you work in the real world with the patient. Okay, you're more responsible. You have to be more informed, and your reasoning has to be really, really good. In an institute, what you do is, if you even make a mistake, there is that open space where you can just go to the staff or your senior. They come, check with the patient, take care of everything. But in the real world, that does not happen. You don't get more opportunities to make mistakes. Rather, you have to be very... For example, now that people are so well informed and information is just available to everyone is, before they come to you, they read up things, right?
Yeah, true. That is another reason why specialization is becoming kind of mandatory now, is because patients also expect that. Even as when you go to a general practitioner also, you after you know that you have a certain condition, like if you have a neurological condition, you won't go to a general practitioner, you will go to a neurologist or a neurosurgeon. So it's normal when you're expecting that, even the patient will expect the same thing. So again, that is just, the times are changing, everything is getting more specialized and complex, so we have to kind of keep up with that.
True. And that is the case with private rehab centers and private clinics. Coming to hospitals, as you said, there is more specialization and more work. I recently read, coming to the prospect, will you have a vacancy there if you want to work, will you have a vacancy? I recently read that India has close to 69,000 hospitals. Can you imagine 69,000 hospitals? Even if 2 physios are working in one hospital, imagine that is close to 1.5 lakh. And then coming to the pay between a rehab center, it depends on the area or the city or where you're working or the person you're working with or under. Some rehab centers offer it on percentages, whereas private hospitals and clinics usually have a fixed pay per month. But as a BPT student, you will always be paid less. Some people some people are earning very nicely even after BPT because they do their private, and they are also in their area, they are very focused, they have their set of patients, and they are well connected there. That is also a thing. You have to grow yourself. You cannot just have a vacancy, go take a job and start making hell lot of money like that.
Yeah, so after the pay scale also, BPT and MPT, obviously there will be a difference, but again you can break that, where if you are working on your individual level, like you're going and seeing patients on your own, or you have your own clinic, then you're the master of your will, like you can charge whatever you want. But if you're working in an institute where there's a hierarchy, obviously you will be paid slightly less than a person having MPT.
Yeah, exactly. And it also depends on the cities. Like someone in Mumbai or Bangalore is paid more, except some normal other places or non-metro cities. Okay. But the other thing is, in Mumbai, in metro cities like Mumbai and Bangalore, there is much more competition. Whereas in local places, there is no competition. So you also need to, target your areas well and, publicize yourself. I remember Arnold's quote that really inspires me. He used to tell, work as hard as you can, then publicize the shit out of it. Just working hard or getting a job or having a vacancy does not matter. You also have to market yourself really well. How you communicate with people, how you treat your patients, how you deal with them, how you deal with their families or kids. Everything matters when you're looking for job prospects out there in the real world.
Your work prospect will change and will be extremely different based on where you're working, depending on you're working in a city like Mumbai, where there are established physiotherapists, there are really big hospitals having established physiotherapy setups, or you're working in a place where people don't even know what physiotherapy is, or it doesn't have a physiotherapy center and people are traveling like an hour or even a day to reach to a physiotherapy center. So you need to think and invest. If you're living in that kind of an area where people are not that aware of physiotherapy, then that's the place to grow. Then even if you have a BPT degree there and you're good at your work, you can be amazing. You can earn amazing. You can have extremely good work prospects because you're the only one there. There is literally no competition to you. But if you're trying to do this same thing in a proper city where everyone is established as a physiotherapist, people know about physiotherapy, then you already, before you come also, there are already people who are established. So that kind of gives you a little bit of competition. Then being at the top of your game is absolutely necessary, like having the best degree or being the best at your work matters a lot. But if you're from a place where it's still not that grown, like physiotherapy is not that known, then you can definitely be the one who makes it actually famous there.
Some students usually ask, is there any role or is there any opportunity for us to get a government job after doing BPT? There is, yes, 100% there is. What is happening now is there's so much awareness that is being increased, every state releases a set of vacancies for every month or a quarter or a year under its governance. So you can go to the state government websites and check out the vacancies for healthcare professionals that they have released. They have a set of criteria. If you fit in that criteria, you can apply, and if they select you, you are selected. Okay, there are other opportunities to work with, such as the Red Cross and the health under the healthcare ministry. There are centers for persons with disability, like in a CBR setting, okay, with the PWD Act, where you are supposed to manage, take care, participate in camps, increase awareness, help people, do government camps, distribute the stuff that comes from the government. All those areas you can participate in. So what you have to do is go to the government website. Every state has a different website and vacancies they put up in. You definitely have opportunities. There are lots of opportunities. You can check them out also.
So for students who are saying what after PPT, the question, if you asked a year ago, the answer would have been completely different, or your response to it would have been completely different. But today, what after PPT has changed completely, because right now, living in a global pandemic, everything has changed a lot. So you can't just go out and apply that easily as much as you could. You can't go and work in a hospital or open a clinic as easily as it was before. So I think students should also learn to keep up with the time again. In the same way, like there are many ways of going forward is doing tele-rehabilitation, reaching out to patients in your area, understanding or keeping a social presence where people know what you're doing and what your work is, so that if they have that particular need, they can reach out to you. During this time also, we are seeing that there are physiotherapists in a lot of need right now, especially in ICU care or post-COVID. There are a lot of studies which are saying that physiotherapy is helping them a lot. So again, our demand is going to grow. Work opportunities will also grow. Okay, so since the times are so different right now, the answer to what after BPT has also kind of changed, or is not exactly the same it was as it if you would have asked us maybe last year. Because even if we tell you, yeah, go open a clinic, or you can go start treating patients in your area, or you can join a clinic, it's not that easy right now because we are living in a global pandemic. So you should keep in mind that if you have the options which are safely available, like if you want to pursue research or a master's degree, or if you can work in a clinic in proper precautions and you want to work, then all those options are available to you. But if it's all that is not happening, do not panic. It is the times are tough and testing, so you have to relax and just sit back and decide what you have to do. Instead, in these times, kind of try to gain more knowledge about things that you were interested in, gain certain kind of expertise which will help you eventually, and try and create a social presence, most importantly, because right now in this scenario, everybody is going towards tele rehab, because we can't our field especially demands us to be in extreme contact with the patients, which is not as possible right now. But that doesn't mean that we have to completely stop doing what we do. We can still do it in as much as capacity as we have. So try and create a social presence, tell people who you are, what you do, so that they know and they can reach out to you if they want to. And try and see patients if they are willing, if they are understanding. Then you can move into the field of tele rehab also. Try and do tele rehab.
True. Especially with all the COVID cases rising, all these opportunities have been limited. If you are willing to work with in that scenario where COVID duties are mandatory and even physios are put on COVID duties, you are you can take up opportunities, and there are more vacancies coming up because people are not willing to work a lot and they're not risking it. It does involve a bit of risk, but some people also take it as a reward, where they're trying to help the healthcare as much as they can. It is a good thing if you want to take up opportunities during this time and work. It is a really good thing. But if you want to be explore other opportunities, maybe you can go digital, as Riya said, and try out tele-rehabilitation, where most of the clinics and most of the trainers are trying out consultations online, okay, and treating the patients online, and even running or taking care of all their appointments digitally. maybe you can look into that, because as the world is changing, and now that everyone is adapted to being digital, I think 5 more years down the line, it will all, it will have a major impact on the healthcare system, where everyone wants to get consulted online. Maybe there will be online clinics where doctors consult. So that is about today. So that is about today. There are two things you can do after BPT: either you work or you don't work. And the third thing, either there are two things you can do after BPT: either you study or you work. If you don't want to do both, it's on you. We are not. Don't tell everyone that we told you that. Okay, if you want to study, it's a good opportunity. If you have a specialty in mind, if you already have a specialty in mind and you are focused, it is better to just get on with it and finish MPT in 2 years. If you still want to take a step back, okay, relax a little, take a break and explore the real world and how patients go, how things work out in the clinics and the hospitals, how the systems are. Maybe you can take a break, work for 6 months or 1 year, or you're interested in research, go take up research activities. You can explore the university websites. Also, during when you're choosing a college for MPT, that is another major question that I forgot to tell. Another major question that we get students is, which college do we choose? How do we choose a college? So we can just briefly tell you in 2 or 3 points. The area of the college matters, the name definitely matters, how credible the university or the name is, how good their curriculum, the research activity, the staff that is there, okay, the students that they produce, all that matters. And also the environment, how far is from your home, all your personal personal criteria also has a major role. Okay, if you are confused about choosing a college, you can definitely contact us and we will help you out with that. Okay, that was about MPT. And if you're going to work, there are private clinics, rehab centers, government hospitals and private hospitals. All have a different area and system or management of how they work. There is no lack of vacancies, merely there is a lack of skill and there is a lack of knowledge between everybody. So what we want to recommend is, if you are sure about something, do MPT. If you're not sure, try taking a break, work. And if you're not doing both, it's better to study, gain more knowledge and have more skill.
Yeah, so this is all that we could tell you right now, what to do after BPT, the general idea. There are a lot of other details which you would want to know, like he said, colleges or studying abroad and all. That is another topic in itself. So if you want to know things like that, please get in touch with us first. Please message us or get in touch with us. We will reply back to you and try to help you as much as possible. So now that we are done with the podcast, we want to re-emphasize that we are starting with our lecture series by this week. So it will be on stroke as you all demanded. So please keep checking our page. We'll be uploading it soon. So keep following us so that you find it out whenever we post it, and then keep giving us the response and tell us if you like it, what you want us to add more and everything.